called ATTR-CM, a rare, underdiagnosed disease that worsens over time. Sound like you? Call your cardiologist and ask about ATTR-CM.
ABC 36 on your side. You're watching ABC 36 on your side. Good morning, Kentucky.
Hey friends, good morning. Good morning, Kentucky, standing by to try to make your day a little brighter after a rough night last night.
Yeah, buddy.
We understand this. And the forecast, we've got a decent day until
we got some
midday,
rain showers, but it won't be raining all day, and it's not raining for the morning commute, so that's some good news. Here's a live look over downtown Lexington right now in our Hickson Funson, Kentucky Lawyers camera. Camera kind of shaking around a little bit. There's still that northeasterly breeze. I want you to take a couple things from the current conditions. It's 39, so not too bad temperature-wise. Actually, warmer than we were yesterday at this time. There is an easterly, northeasterly wind, making it feel closer to 34. But look at the dew point, 18. There's still a 20-degree difference between the dew point temperature and the actual air temperature. And with that, that shows that the air is still really dry. So there's a morning round of some rain showers moving into south central Kentucky, but a lot of that, as it moves eastward, may not be reaching the ground until you get some more moisture in the air. So the air has to become more saturated as it begins to rain, and then those showers will eventually reach the ground. Temperatures out there right now, colder in the northeast Kentucky, low 30s there, low 40s as you head towards Somerset and Monticello. That's where Viper radar is picking up on some of that light rain. Now starting to move a little bit further north than northeast, so that's, again, staying out of our viewing area. We'll take that. But again, some of this maybe not even reaching the ground. That's going to continue to travel off to the northeast throughout the morning hours. So the late morning could feature some rain. Your early morning commute looking good to go, and those rain chances will increase throughout the midday and into the afternoon. Hour by hour forecast. Temperatures will be climbing. We'll actually reach the mid-60s when there are breaks, and there will be breaks in the rain. Temperatures are going to be feeling pretty nice out there. Tonight, we'll see some lingering showers, especially early. That rain begins to exit, though, as you head into the day tomorrow. We'll have more details on that coming up in your full forecast.
We'll see you soon, Dylan. Thank you for that. Well, in a stunning upset, the University of Kentucky suffered a first-round exit in the NCAA tournament to the Oakland Golden Grizzlies. Yeah, Kentucky went 9 of 28 from 3, shooting just 28% from behind the arc. Senior Antonio Reeves led the way with 27 points, going 61% from the field. Kentucky has now won just one tournament game since 2019. And this loss makes the second time John Calipari has exited the tournament in the first round with UK. First one coming 2 years ago with a loss to 15 seed St. Peter's.
So because of that loss, the internet completely buzzing, freaking out, maybe even a little bit, on X. That is the social media app formerly known as Twitter. So 3 phrases are trending last night: Kentucky, Reed Shepherd, and Fire Cal. So here are some of the tweets coming from some popular sports folks. So from Matt Norlander, he says there's a very real chance that John Calipari has coached his last game at Kentucky. Then from Emmanuel Acho, he says it's time to have an uncomfortable conversation with Kentucky head coach John Calipari. And then Jamel Hill, she got into it too. She said, you know, I'm not wishing it on him, but it feels like a mutually agreed to part ways is in Cal's immediate future. And lastly, from Jeff Goodman, he just says, down goes Kentucky.
Oh, that one's painful.
Yeah.
John Calipari currently serving under a lifetime contract with the buyout, $33 million.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so we'll have more on all of this coming up in sports. Well, 3 men charged in the case of Crystal Rogers appearing in court. While Brooks Houck and Steve Lawson appeared in person, Joseph Lawson appeared via Zoom. The prosecution saying that the discovery aspect of the case has been completed. Various motions were heard during the hearing, including the one for a change of venue. The prosecution agreeing that the case should be tried outside of Nelson County. Crystal Rogers' mother was in attendance, as well as Brooks Houck's family. A friend of the Rogers family, rather, speaking on how the Rogers are holding up.
You know, they want it over today, but it's got to be heartbreaking for them to get their hopes up that they go do something today, and it never shows up. You know, it's just the way it is. And they've been through enough. Right now, they're happy that it's moving. It ain't sitting in the back room.
Now, soon after the hearing, Ted Lavitt, Steve Lawson's attorney, speaking on his motion to dismiss his client's charges. He says another hearing may be needed to discuss evidence regarding immunity for Stephen for aiding law enforcement. Next hearing set for May 1st at 1 p.m. Attorneys will tell the judge if they decide where the change of venue will take place. Well, a home is destroyed after an early morning fire in Lexington. Firefighters say it happened yesterday morning at a vacant house on Wainstead Way. The fire department says that a fire department noticed this fire on his way to work and he called it in. No one was hurt. The investigation into what started the fire continues.
Airplane maker Boeing is under the microscope again, and this is just weeks after a company whistleblower was found dead. Now this time, Boeing is being looked at very closely for something called braking anomaly. Sounds very interesting. ABC's Rhiannon Alley has more.
This morning, safety standards at Boeing once again under scrutiny after investigators say the brakes failed on an American Airlines flight in Dallas.
There have been some problems down at Boeing with its manufacturing process.
The pilots realized they had no brakes after landing, forcing them to use thrust reversers to slow down, causing the Boeing 737 to roll off the runway.
They ran off into this engineered material. It slowed them down to a stop without anybody being hurt.
Investigators say the plane's brakes were replaced 4 days earlier. They say these images show how a maintenance worker apparently swapped the electric lines and hydraulic lines.
Normally, when you have an airplane that comes out of maintenance, you want to be extra careful. And that's why we run a lot of checklists, and the maintenance folks run a lot of checklists. But these are human beings, and somebody got something wrong here.
It's the latest in a string of incidents involving Boeing planes. In January, a Boeing 737 MAX 9 jet lost a door panel in mid-flight due to 4 missing bolts, prompting the FAA to ground that model for weeks. During that time, Alaska and United found loose bolts on grounded planes, and a supplier found misdrilled holes in window frames. Just this month, an external panel fell off this United jet. And a 777 lost a wheel during takeoff in San Francisco, crushing several cars below. Now, top airline executives are reportedly demanding a meeting with Boeing's board of directors.
They're actually going over the CEO's head. And that suggests that they want to talk about the strategy of the company, the long-term direction of it.
On a recent earnings call with investors, CEO David Calhoun addressed the safety concerns.
We simply must be better. Our customers deserve better.
The Associated Press reports airline executives could meet as soon as next week with Boeing's board of directors. Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
Must be better indeed.
That story just keeps getting crazier and crazier.
Right? A lot of folks afraid to fly now as a result.
For sure.
Well, for your morning commute, we've got Jimmy Phillips standing by with your traffic report. We're checking out Leestown and Citation Boulevard, I believe. Jimmy, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, checking out Leestown Citation. Not seeing a lot of activity on the roads. All is quiet across Lexington early on your Friday morning. No delays or accidents to report, so you should have an on-time commute heading into work to finish out the week.
All right. Thank you, Jimmy. So the clock is ticking for former President Trump. He's got to pay a $464 million bond by Monday. We'll tell you how he's trying to come up with the money.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra. Available with the connected driving experience. And the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Or get 2.9% APR for 72 months on select Sierra 1500 models. We are professional grade GMC.
After suffering an injury, you may face many hard questions. What will tomorrow bring? Which firm should I choose to represent me and my family? At Morgan & Morgan, we will hold your hand every step of the way. All firms are not the same. The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan.
Liquor Barn is the destination for all of life's special moments. Come on, I'll show you. So who's the lucky guy?
My man right here.
We have all the best bourbon, including the kind that will impress her dad. And these are for you guys. Hey, lovebirds. Date night?
Netflix and chill? We're staying in tonight.
May I suggest a wine?
I was thinking this one. I mean this one.
Tailgate time?
Yes.
These ready-to-drink cocktails are a game day favorite. And if you're in a rush, no problem. We'll deliver right to your door.
Gwen, I feel as if I really shouldn't be having lunch with you here today because I'm just so focused on my mother. She's been falling a lot lately. I don't think she's taking her meds properly, and I'm just so stressed
Susie,
out.
That's why I invited you to lunch today. My grandmother got to a place where she cannot safely live alone too, and I found this wonderful organization that specializes in helping us age with grace. That's the name of it, Aging with Grace. Just call them and they will work their magic and all your problems concerning your mother will be solved.
When I started West Shore Home, I didn't truly understand how impactful our work could be. For anyone who's trusted another company to do work on their home, they know the experience is a headache at best and a nightmare at worst. The entire process needed to be revamped, and that's where we come in. Clear communication is the most important piece, so you always know right where you're at with your project. We only use in-house employee installers, which mean our crews are expertly trained to deliver a consistent, repeatable, 5-star experience. At the end of the day, we run you through a comprehensive checklist which ensures you're completely satisfied with the work we did. And if that wasn't enough, we're gonna give you a quick follow-up call a few days after installation to double check that nothing came up from the time we left to the time we called. From start to finish, we have your back.
This week only, call in now or visit westshorebath.com to get 48 months of 0% APR financing. That's 0% APR for 4 full years. And on top of that, get free installation on your bath remodeling project. Call in now to lock in these limited time savings from West Shore Home.
96.1 The Hound. The sound of the Hound is the sound of Kentucky. Kentucky owned, Kentucky proud, Kentucky everything. 96.1 The Hound.
Good Friday morning, Kentucky. Welcome back. The time is 6:12. And Dylan, we've got a little bit of a little mixy forecast. Doing a little dance today.
I won't do that dance.
Does a little bit of this, does a little bit of that.
You can go ahead and do that, do that little dance there. But we do have some rain in the forecast today. It's not going to be raining all day, and when it's not raining, it's actually going to be feeling pretty nice temperature-wise out there for sure. Here's a look at your temperatures to begin the day. Still have that sharp gradient between northern Kentucky, where we're into the low 30s right now, but we've got low to mid 40s as you head towards south central Kentucky, and that's also where we'll see a rain chance first before the rain moves north and east into the bluegrass region, eventually off into eastern Kentucky as well. We are warmer than we were yesterday at this time. Viper radar continuing to show some lighter rain as you head towards south central Kentucky. Yet to really get any ground truth from that. Don't think a lot of this is reaching the ground. Why is that? It's dry out there, still bone dry in northern Kentucky. We've got dew points. When you see on this little scale here, the darker oranges, that's dry air compared to southern Kentucky, where we're starting to get a little bit of moisture. You see those darker browns there, and then eventually green when you have a lot of moisture in the air. Still very dry, so what's happening is rain falls, but it evaporates before it eventually reaches the ground, and may not even reach the ground in some instances. So that's what's going to happen likely at first. A lot of this is not going to quite reach the ground before the air becomes more saturated as that rain continues to fall, boosts up the moisture in the air, and then eventually those showers will reach the surface. Looking around the region, there is that cluster north and east of Nashville, basically between Lexington and Nashville. That's going to be moving off towards the east. That's what's going to provide enough moisture to where we'll see some more showers developing by the midday into the afternoon. Futurecast shows that first round pushing on through. Again, it's going to be light, late morning into your midday. Likely some lighter rain showers right around lunchtime. But notice into the afternoon and early evening, we're not seeing widespread rain, just some isolated to scattered showers, maybe increasing a little bit in likelihood as you get later into the evening. And by tomorrow morning, we're left with just a few lingering light showers, maybe a mist or a drizzle to begin the day on Saturday, and then we'll dry out and clear out a little bit by the afternoon with temperatures struggling to reach the low 50s. We'll be colder tomorrow. We'll be colder into Sunday morning before we start a warming trend that moves in Sunday afternoon. Looking at rainfall totals through tomorrow morning, again, nothing really impressive. Most areas, 1/10 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch, but with some heavier rain possible in some very isolated spots, we could get closer to that 1/2 inch or maybe a little bit more in spots. This will drop our temperatures behind the front for Saturday into Sunday morning especially, but we quickly warm up Sunday afternoon, upper 50s, and then pushing the upper 60s on Monday, but that's leading to our next system. That'll be moving in late Monday night into your day on Tuesday. Most of Monday, all of Monday will likely be dry. The winds will increase, though. That provides that moisture for our next frontal system that will be bringing us the chance of some heavy rain and some storms as you head into your day on Tuesday. For today, though, mostly cloudy again. I know it doesn't show any sun on this icon here, but there will be some peaks of sunshine possible today, especially during your midday and afternoon when it's not raining. Tonight, mostly cloudy, becoming partly cloudy during the early morning hours. Some lingering rain early Saturday, clearing out, though, by the afternoon. Temperatures on Sunday bump up into the upper 50s, pushing the upper 60s on Monday with that next heavy rain and storm threat as you head into Tuesday.
So make the most of this first half of the day.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you. Well, we're going to turn now to former President Trump's financial troubles. He has until Monday to pay nearly $500 million in his civil fraud case.
Yeah, and he's been looking for the money, trying to get the money from several different entities and agencies, and he may have a new financial option at his disposal. ABC's Andrew Dimbert explains.
With former President Trump's bond payment deadline looming, New York Attorney General Letitia James is laying the groundwork to seize some of his assets. James has filed documents that could lead to the seizure of Trump's golf course and his estate in Westchester County, should the former president fail to post his $464 million bond by Monday.
We have a lot of cash and we have a great company, but they want to take it away.
Trump's lawyers say he faces insurmountable difficulties obtaining a bond, that 30 insurance companies have turned him down because he doesn't have enough cash, and they won't accept his properties as collateral. Trump says the Attorney General is trying to force him to sell his real estate at fire sale prices, and if and when I win the appeal, they would be gone.
If Trump does not post his bond by Monday, state officials aren't going to close these buildings down, but they could move to file liens to start to claim ownership, and that might give us a window into what some of Trump's assets are actually worth.
But Trump could soon see a cash windfall. Today, shareholders of a large shell company could vote on whether to merge with Trump's media company. That merger would put the media company, which includes Trump's social media platform, Truth Social, on the stock market. The former president's stake could be worth billions. Trump would not immediately be able to convert that stock into cash, but could potentially take loans out against it. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
We're now learning more about the moments leading up to Kentucky State Police shooting and killing a Covington man. So here's the newest information. The incident started when police were called to an apartment complex last week in the middle of the night. A 911 caller said a man was beating on an apartment door while he was holding a butcher knife. So officers responded and they found Charles Neese. They ordered him to drop the knife multiple times. At one point, he did put his hands behind his back. The police say he started moving towards them. And that's when they opened fire on him. Neither officer is facing charges at this time. Neese's girlfriend says that he was suffering from schizophrenia during the time of this incident.
Well, in mere hours, these federal departments and other agencies could shut down. A plan to keep them open appears to have enough support to pass, but it's unclear when it will be enacted. Getting it done on time might come down to the Senate, where a single senator can slow a bill's passage. Earlier this month, the president signed a budget package hours past the deadline, and it made no real difference. Enacting the budget a day or two late would affect federal employees in unfunded departments who work weekends. If it takes even longer, that would have a greater effect on federal workers, access to services, the U.S. economy, and to average Americans.
Well, we're just a few seconds before 6:19. Let's kick it over to our favorite traffic guy, Jimmy Phillips, with our Friday look at the roads. He's at New Circle and Broadway. Hey, Jimmy.
Good morning. Starting to see a little bit more activity out there on the roads, but nothing major still to report. No need to add any extra time to your commute this morning. No major delays or accidents out there on the roads. You should have a smooth commute for your Friday morning.
Thank you, Jimmy. I hope that everybody is like staying calm and has their relaxing music on while they're out on the road.
We need it after last
night.
night.
I know. Fans are definitely still reeling over last night's loss to Oakland. And listen, this is the second time that the Cats have been sent packing in the first round.
That's right. Our Jeff Picoro has the breakdown of last night's game and reaction from the players.
Well, it was a shocking ending to a very promising season for the Kentucky Wildcats. The 3-seeded Kentucky team falls to the 14th seed from Oakland. 80-76 the final. This was a year that saw many ups and downs. It saw some injuries. You saw a guy from another country come in and couldn't even play for the first month of the season. Ivisic was a bear when he finally got in and played. But it all came down to a loss in Pittsburgh, the hometown of John Calipari. Afterwards, we talked to the players. Reed Shepherd was one of the players who took it hardest.
You know, they're my two biggest supporters, and I look up to my mom and dad. You know, they're my two role models. Great people, but even better mom and dad. And, you know, knowing the careers that they had at Kentucky and how well they did, and being able to come to Kentucky and put on the same jersey that they did and wear the same number as dad. You know, run out in front of the same fans. It's always been a dream of mine.
I have so many things running through my mind right now, and there's so many emotions coursing through my body. It's almost like I'm numb right now, you know. It hurts. It really hurts. You know, we had a special team. It really did, and our ceiling was. You really couldn't see our ceiling with the group of guys we had, you know. But this one hurts a lot.
I mean, we tried. He was hitting fadeaway threes. A guard, it was a foul. You just got to play the game and you got to pull it out. And we did pull it out, but it was just certain things in the last 3 minutes that just made us lose the game for sure. He said it's just hard. We messed up. A lot of people didn't. He was saying, like, just because how you performed, you got to learn from it. And, yeah.
So the big question now is, who comes back? Does Reed leave? Does he throw his name in the NBA draft? Does Dillingham leave? Does he put his name in? Does DJ Wagner leave? Big questions for the University of Kentucky. And the biggest is, will Coach Cal be back? That is a question to be answered at a later date.
All good questions from Jeff
Oh my
McCall.
gosh, that's the question that was all over the internet last night, and I'm
Yes.
sure folks will still be talking about it today.
Conversation's going to continue for some time. Well, another series of schools have been affected by swatting calls, making it the second instance this week. We'll have the details on the situation after a break.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce me.
Which you do you want to be today? At TJ Maxx, you can afford to turn your closet into a place of endless expression. With the quality you deserve, styles you crave, and prices you love.
I'm gonna do what I do.
Maxx, what makes you, you.
Allergies? With Allegra, they won't stop me. Nothing beats Allegra. It's the fastest, non-drowsy 24-hour allergy relief. Live your greatness.
Pesky leaks? Gorilla Waterproof Patch and Seal Spray seals out water, air, and moisture. Stops and prevents leaks indoors, outdoors, and virtually anywhere you need. Available in a full line of sealant products.
Exmark Mowers. Signature cut quality, legendary dependability, and an operator experience unlike any other. Because if something's worth doing, it's worth doing right. Save big on Radius Mowers. Take advantage of instant rebates or attractive financing going on now.
Visit Exmark.com to find your local Exmark dealer today.
The nursing home made you an important promise. They promised to be a good home for your loved one and to provide professional care in a safe environment. Now the nursing home has broken that promise and you're left searching for answers. Call us at Hughes & Coleman for a free consultation. If your loved one suffered a serious injury or untimely death while in a nursing home, get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600. Standing up for your loved ones is what matters now.
We know you care. But if this is all too real for you and your loved ones, make the call. Because we care too. Home instead. To us, it's personal.
Whether someone is across the neighborhood
across the street, or across the room. You have the power to make them feel right at home. Ritz, a taste of welcome.
Right now, there's just so much happening in our world. So much at stake at the start of every morning.
Making sense of it all, that's not always so easy.
And that's where we come in.
Good Morning America. We want you to know every morning.
We're right here, and we got you.
Good Friday morning, Kentucky. The time is 6:25. Here is the news that you need to know to get your day started. Well, Doug, we've seen a disturbing trend all week.
We have.
People calling in swatting pranks, and I don't think it's funny, to schools. So a swatting prank is when you call in some sort of threat so that police will show up. So yesterday, Rockcastle Schools had one at Broadhead Elementary. Students were evacuated after the school received a swatting call. Again, this was a false threat. Students were able to return to the building after officers checked everything out. Then, meanwhile, Madison County Kingston Elementary was also evacuated after the school received what they said was a mysterious call. Police also cleared that building and students were able to return. Some had lunch and some kids' parents just came and picked them up. So yesterday's incidents at these two schools follow a Tuesday swatting call and lockdown at Madison Southern.
Well, to Frankfort, the Kentucky Board of Education has released the name of the state's next commissioner of education. The board says it has selected Dr. Robbie Fletcher as the next commissioner. He's currently the superintendent at Lawrence County Schools. The board says Fletcher's scheduled to begin his new role on July 1st, pending a Senate confirmation. Well, in Lexington, one little boy received a special gift from two companies. Our Sydney St. Clair captures this beautiful moment and tells us why this gift is so special.
It was an emotional day for one family in Lexington. One little boy, Lincoln, who has Down syndrome, received an adapted trike that he can ride on World Down Syndrome Day. Even though he has Down syndrome, 8-year-old Lincoln Lynch is just like any other child.
He's a very energetic boy. He's very strong, loves to be outside. So we spend lots of time in our backyard, on the trampoline, running around. He loves sports.
Lincoln also spends time with his two younger siblings, and now he can ride a bike just like them.
It'll be great that he can ride along with his brother and sister because they've been riding for a while, and he's been running after him or riding his scooter trying to catch up with them. So it'll be good that they can all ride bikes together. Yeah.
These kinds of bikes are made for children that have special needs, as they can't ride a regular bike.
It's adapted to where it has a rear steer, so an adult can help guide him in the back, and it has, 3 wheels to help him with his balance, and it'll just help him be more independent.
After receiving the bike from Train Technologies, Lincoln rode it all around the office.
It's just so exciting that he jumped on. I was skeptical if he would want to try it or if he would be hesitant. So the fact that he wants to get on and he won't get off the bike is really special to us. We know he's going to spend a lot of time on the bike.
After that, employees built several more bikes that will be given to children in the Lexington area.
We have a strong belief in corporate culture and supporting the community, and this is one of the ones that we're doing this month, and we're really excited about it, and we were really excited that Lincoln came today to visit with us and receive his bike. It was really exciting for our team. We really enjoyed it.
In Lexington, Sydney St. Clair, ABC 36 News Now.
So grateful to these companies for stepping up, and he's right, the corporate culture blossoms under moments like this when the whole team can come together and do something really awesome.
I'm glad that they built the bike right there so everybody could see it, because it makes it even more special, like we're making this for you.
Lincoln rocked it too.
Yes, he sure did.
Yep.
He sure did.
Traffic report now for your morning commute. We've got Jimmy Phillips checking out Harrodsburg and Pasadena. Hey, Jimmy.
Good morning. Not seeing a lot of activity out there on the roads yet. Seeing a few more cars out there. I think people might be rolling out of bed a little late today after hitting snooze after that game last night, if they're even going into work at all this morning. But no major delays out there. No need to add any extra time to your commute this morning. It should be a good one for your Friday.
Jimmy speaking the truth
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Yeah, this is a tough morning to wake up after that loss last night.
But you know, when you get to the water cooler, the chat's going to be all Kentucky all day.
Oh,
so.
yeah. Social media already fired up in a major way. Well, shocking video from the U.S. border taking the immigration debate to fever pitch.
It's good to be home.
Ashley's anniversary mattress sale is going on now. For a limited time, get up to 75% off name brand closeout mattresses. Or get a king mattress for the price of a queen on select mattresses. Shop your local Ashley store today.
Coach Wood looks like he's got a play in mind.
62 and 78. You're in. We're going for 3. All right, here we go.
Take charge of the fun with Kentucky Lottery's Keno, where you call the shots.
When you need a fighter, you need us. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Most insurance companies are big, really big. Imagine you're injured and now you have to fight for justice. Our results and reputation are well known to the other side. As America's largest injury firm, our Army will fight like hell for you. We have the resources to take on the biggest insurance companies in America. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. When you need a fighter, you need us. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Come on, get in. We're going to be late.
Never took us for a canoe family. But when my car insurance rate kept going up, it really was the best option. Sure, we end up being late a little more often.
Reverse.
But the kids love it.
This gets over.
Don't make me
You
turn
better stop, because you're making this worse. Stop.
Now that we've found affordable insurance, we're back on solid ground.
Safe Auto is now Direct Auto. Get flexible payments on state minimum coverage and stop compromising.
.1 The Hound. The sound of the Hound is the sound of Kentucky. Kentucky owned, Kentucky proud, Kentucky everything. 96.1 The Hound.
At ABC 36, we've upgraded to the most state-of-the-art forecasting system. With more tools to bring you the forecast each day and the most advanced weather tracking system in the area. Combine my 25 years on-air experience with the latest technology, and we should be your go-to for clear, concise Kentucky weather coverage. I'm Chief Meteorologist T.J. Shuck, and this is ABC 36.
Feels good to be home. Ashley's anniversary mattress sale is going on now. For a limited time, get up to 75% off name brand closeout mattresses. Or get a king mattress for the price of a queen on select mattresses. Shop your local Ashley store today.
Explore, compare, and find your car at mancars.com. Man, what a deal.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Good Morning Kentucky. So Dylan, that UK game last night was a roller coaster of emotions. And I feel like today's forecast is like, let me roller coaster a little bit too to go with
roller
that.
coaster. But first, wait till TG finds out that we let you in the weather center.
Oh.
He's not going to like that too much.
Too bad, TG. Too bad.
But yes, we do have some rain in the forecast today, but it's not going to be raining all day. So that is some good news for sure. We're dry for the morning commute as well, so that'll help things out.
TG's been my buddy for 20 years, so
all right.
it's all right.
All right, he may let it slide. Here's a look at our Hickson Funson camera over Lexington this morning. We are dry, a little bit breezy, and a little chilly, but the temperature's actually bumped up a little bit. We've gone from 37 to now 41. Feels like 36, though, once you factor in that easterly wind. The dew point's still at 18, so that's still showing there is drier air out there. So as our initial round of some rain showers pushes into south central Kentucky and eventually moves off toward the north and the east, first, it may not even hit the ground because of that drier air that is in place. Temperatures at the moment, low 30s in northern Kentucky. We've got mid 40s for Somerset, Monticello. Still not getting any ground truth out of those areas in Monticello, Wayne County, that we are actually seeing this rain hit the ground. But we're going to continue to monitor some cameras, some traffic cameras there into that area as this round of some rain showers continues to move off towards the north and the east. But again, it's going to have to deal with that drier air at first. It may evaporate. The radar may show that it's raining, but that may be evaporating before it's exactly reaching the ground. But we are tracking isolated to scattered rain showers moving in later on today. So kiddos, don't forget that rain gear as you do head out the door. Temperatures will be feeling pretty nice when it's not raining, reaching the mid 60s later this afternoon.
All right, thanks, Dylan. Well, the Justice Department is suing Apple, one of the largest companies in the world.
So this is all because the DOJ says that Apple's becoming a monopoly in the smartphone market, and it's pushing competitors out while it's raising its own prices. So Apple denies these allegations. Perry Russman's going to sort this all out for us.
This morning, a Justice Department crackdown on Apple, a company the DOJ claims is dominating the smartphone marketplace, with more than 65% of smartphones in the U.S. being iPhones.
Apple has maintained monopoly power in the smartphone market not simply by staying ahead of the competition on the merits, but by violating federal antitrust law.
The Justice Department says Apple deliberately makes messaging between the iPhone and competing devices more difficult with those green text bubbles and pixelated videos. The DOJ also accusing Apple of blocking third-party apps and companies from competing with Apple products, all while raising the price of the iPhone. The latest model is being sold for up to $1,600.
It's kind of unfair, personally, to me, just to keep it high.
It does seem very arbitrarily high.
If you are not happy with the price, you don't have to buy it.
The lawsuit comes as Apple continues global expansion. Tim Cook in China unveiling the company's second largest flagship store. A spokesperson for Apple writes in part, "This lawsuit threatens who we are and the principles that set Apple products apart. If successful, it would hinder our ability to create the kind of technology people expect from Apple."
I think the main point that Apple is trying to make is the following, and it's been an age-old debate, which is to produce a good user experience that customers value and developers value, you need to have, in a way, a closed ecosystem, which is what Apple has created.
Apple is calling the lawsuit wrong on the facts and the law. A spokesperson for the company says they will defend themselves. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
At the border, patrol agents arrested hundreds of migrants after they rushed past razor wire and were able to overcome some National Guard members. This happened in El Paso, Texas. That's according to a government official. So the migrants were arrested under violation of Title 8. Title 8 makes it illegal to cross between points of entry at the border. Officials say there wasn't any indication of increased tension from migrants on the other side of the border. But Texas Senate Bill 4 allows state officials to arrest and detain people that they suspect have entered the country illegally. The Supreme Court cleared the way for that law to go into effect actually Tuesday of this week before an appeals court stepped in hours later to stop it. That appeals court heard arguments over whether Texas should be allowed to enforce this particular bill on Wednesday. The judges did not say when they will rule, so it's all still up in the air.
Well, traffic report now for you. Jimmy Phillips checking out Man o' War and Tate's Creek for your morning commute. Hey, Jimmy.
Good morning. We are still seeing a slow increase of cars out there to start your Friday morning. Nothing major still to add any extra time to your commute this morning. No major delays, no accidents to report. So you should have a good and on-time commute to end your week.
Okay.
That's the content we're here for. Thank you.
Jimmy, thanks.
All right, stay with us. Dylan has a full look at your forecast coming up after the break, and a familiar poltergeist is making its way back to the big screen. I'm scared.
Ooh. All right, details coming up right here on GMK.
Today's Bus Stop Forecast is brought to you by Sharky's Cuts for Kids.
Brakes for less. If you have the squeal, we have the deal. All 4 wheels for just $239. Why do customers choose us? Our fast in and out service. Our upfront approach. We only fix what your vehicle needs. Our premium parts. You won't find a better value for your money. It's simple. All we do are brakes. Don't forget, get us your keys by 4:30 and your brakes are done today. Brakes for less with 2 locations in Lexington, Nicholasville Road next to Chewy's, and the corner of West New Circle and Broadway.
Saving money is twice as nice at Sims Furniture with our guaranteed financing and double tax discounts. Going on now, save double your state's sales tax. Take advantage of our guaranteed financing and in-stock sofas, sectionals, dinette sets, bedroom furniture, mattresses, and more. This incredible offer is available on everything store-wide. Guaranteed financing, in-stock brand name furniture, plus tax-free times 2 for you. From now to April 15th at Sims Furniture and Mattress Center.
So something people should really be aware of when choosing a nursing home and when placing their loved ones into nursing homes is we know it's a stressful time, and during that stressful time, the nursing home will put a stack of paper in front of you to sign. Somewhere in that stack of paper is going to be an arbitration agreement. It gives up your right to sue if something happens to your loved one. It's really important that you don't sign that arbitration agreement. The nursing home cannot force you to sign it. It waives your jury right. It's a very important right under our Kentucky Constitution.
Want a flatter, tighter tummy? Then check out new AbEX from Sono Bello.
Doctor, after my pregnancies, my body just never bounced back. I had this stomach overhang that made me really self-conscious.
It's not your fault. That stubborn fat and excess skin is very difficult to get rid of with diet and exercise alone.
That's exactly why I went to Sono Bello. I really trust their team of experts, and I finally got the flat stomach I had always wanted.
Introducing AbEX from Sono Bello. Remove fat and lose excess skin permanently in just one visit.
AbEX is a great alternative to a tummy tuck because that overhang you mentioned becomes flat and tight fast with minimal downtime.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation now to learn more about AbEX by Sono Bello. Call 1-888-507-8988 or go to sonobello.com.
Visit Dick's Tools Outdoor and More, located on Urban Road in Richmond.
Watch ABC 36 meteorologist Dylan Godet for the Bus Stop Forecast, weekdays on ABC 36. Brought to you by Sharky's Cuts for Kids, located in Lexington.
Welcome back into GMK, 6:41 on the clock, talking some weather. Post-UK defeat, we were hoping for a decent day. We've got half a decent day, it sounds like.
Yeah, there will be breaks in the rain. It's not going to be raining all day, and the early morning commute is dry. So that's some good news as you do head out the door. We've got a little bit of a temperature discrepancy depending on where you're at. Cold into northern Kentucky, low 30s there in Williamstown, Flemingsburg only at 34. But you head towards the southern half of our viewing area, and we're in the 40s, mid-40s even for Somerset, 45 there, 43 currently in Monticello. Temperatures for everyone, even northern Kentucky, were warmer than yesterday at this time by around 5 to now close to 15 degrees in spots. Viper radar showing some light rain as you head towards St. Wayne County, eventually off towards further portions of south central Kentucky. This first round maybe not quite reaching the ground like in Somerset. Here's a live look in downtown Somerset, courtesy of the Somerset-Pulaski Economic Development Authority. Roads are still dry out there this morning. Now, why would this first round of the rain not be reaching the ground? Well, because of how dry the air is in spots. I just showed you the temperatures into the mid-40s in Somerset, but the dew point's at 21. So that shows that there is dry air at the surface. So what happens is the rain falls, but it doesn't quite reach the surface because it's evaporating. Now, you need more rain to eventually fall, get the air more saturated, and then that rain will eventually reach the ground. But notice the dew point more at 9 degrees. So that is some very, very bone dry air out there. That was with us yesterday and continuing into this morning. And that's why radar may be picking up on the rain, but a lot of that may not quite be reaching the ground yet. But as this moves off towards the north and the east, the air will become more saturated, and we'll eventually see some of those rain showers reaching the ground. Warm fronts well to our north, so we will be warming up today, and we will be seeing more isolated to scattered rain showers moving in midday through the afternoon and evening. So timing that out here with Futurecast. First round will eventually start to reach the ground, but it's going to be light stuff late morning through your early afternoon. We'll see that second wave start to move in during the late afternoon and into the evening hours. Again, not widespread, and when it's not raining, the temperatures will actually be feeling really nice. Later into the evening hours, becoming more scattered with the rain, and by Saturday morning, you're left with just some lighter rain showers, and eventually we'll slowly clear the skies out, and we'll slowly see some sunny skies returning by the afternoon. Cold northerly breeze, though, on the way tomorrow. Highs only reaching the low 50s. It's going to be a cold start to Sunday as well, upper 20s. low 30s before we warm back up into the mid 50s by the afternoon hours. Rainfall totals, you're not expecting anything substantial with the system, a quarter to a half inch for most, maybe some isolated spots over that number. Now, the temperature trend, we will drop temperature Saturday into Sunday morning, but quickly warm right back up Sunday afternoon and especially on Monday, reaching the upper 60s. But that's ahead of our next system that'll be moving in late Monday night into Tuesday. You can expect scattered to widespread rain beginning early in the day, looking more likely early in the day on Tuesday into the afternoon and evening hours. But that system will exit as you head into Wednesday of next week, and that will bring us some drier weather late Wednesday into Thursday. For today, though, mostly cloudy with some scattered rain, 64. Tonight, we're going to fall into the mid to upper 30s with a few lingering showers. And here's a quick look at that 7-day forecast. Early chance on Saturday, drier for the second half of the weekend, though. Your Monday is looking really nice before that rain and storm chance looking more likely on Tuesday.
Looks like we can get that lawn mowed this weekend, too.
Yeah, might be able to sneak it in. There's a good little 3-day patch there.
Well, today in entertainment news, 2 movie previews. One about a transformative political figure, and the other, well, let's just say that you'll recognize him. And don't say his name 3 times.
I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
Here's David Daniel with the Hollywood Minute.
The juice is loose.
He's back. The first teaser trailer is out for Beetlejuice. Winona Ryder, Jenna Ortega, and Catherine O'Hara join Michael Keaton in the long-awaited sequel from Tim Burton. Beetlejuice arrives to haunt theaters September 6th.
Voting's bourgeois politics. If all you're doing is outside yelling and screaming, that's all you're ever gonna be. A yeller and a screamer.
Christina Jackson co-stars in Shirley as future Congresswoman Barbara Lee, who got her start working with groundbreaking presidential candidate Shirley Chisholm.
I do believe that had she been allowed to debate, she would have gotten much further and she would have garnered much more support. But I think them knowing how capable she was contributed to not letting her get that far.
Shirley, starring Regina King, debuts today on Netflix. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Got to see both of those films.
I know what I'm doing this weekend,
yeah.
watching movies. What about Missy? What's she going to be doing this weekend, Dylan?
She's going to be sporting her new haircut.
Ooh.
She's
looks
looking
good.
very pretty and
girl.
smelling all nice, huh? Fresh trip to the groomers there for our Misty girl. And here's a look at Misty's Furcast for your morning hours. We've got Boone. Thank you to Zoe for sending in that picture of Boone. Looks like Boone is wearing a birthday bandana. So happy birthday, Boone. Aww. Temperatures will be reaching the mid-60s, but yes, some yellow paws this afternoon as those rain shower chances will return.
Misty does not like the yellow paws.
She sure doesn't, so we already know.
Especially with these fresh cut paws.
Yes.
Look,
oh.
no more Grinch feet for our Misty.
Beautiful.
Oh, look at those perfect little paws.
Nice.
Good girl.
She looks great.
Don't call my baby Grinch feet. That's messed up.
Well, we've got more Good Morning Kentucky coming up next, but first, a look at what's happening on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA's First Look, what the DOJ lawsuit means for Apple users.
For consumers, that has meant fewer choices, higher prices and fees, lower quality smartphones, and less innovation.
According to DOJ, Apple uses a variety of illegal methods to maintain its dominance, to try and force you to use the iPhone and its accessories alone, including making it more difficult for iPhone users to text with those who use other brands.
As any iPhone user who has ever seen a green text message or received a tiny, grainy video can attest, Apple's anti-competitive conduct also includes making it more difficult for iPhone users to message with users of non-Apple products.
And coming up at 7 a.m.
There it is. That feeling you get when you can do more with less asthma. It starts with Dupixent. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma and can help improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent helps prevent asthma attacks and can even reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Can you picture it? Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash,
chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in your limbs? Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Who knows what you can do when you do more with less asthma? Ask your doctor about Dupixent, the most prescribed biologic for asthma.
Paul Miller Ford is passing you the savings with new F-150s as low as 1.9% for up to 72 months and no payments for 90 days, or as low as 0% on new Fords. Catch the savings now at
Paul Miller Ford, your true blue dealer.
Arby's doesn't allow unhappiness from 2 to 5 p.m. The foods are plentiful, the deals start at $1, and the frowns, oh, they better be upside down. Arby's, we have the meat.
You're the one that I want. NexGard Combo is the only monthly topical that protects against fleas, ticks, tapeworms, and more. Used with caution in cats with a history of seizures or neurologic disorders. NexGard Combo. The monthly one and done you want.
My name is Oswaldo Sanchez. I was stopped at the traffic light and suddenly I heard a bump in my back of my car. I remember in a commercial that it was pound 529 and I got in touch with Morgan Morgan office. It's very easy to communicate on the phone, email, or a text message. It's so easy that even my grandson can do it.
You were always so dedicated. We worked hard to build up the shop, save for college and our retirement. But we got there thanks to our advisor and Vanguard. Now I see who all that hard work was for. It was always for you. Seeing you carry on our legacy, I'm so proud.
At Vanguard, you're more than just an investor, you're an owner, setting up the future for the ones you love. That's the value of ownership.
Whether someone is across the neighborhood, across the street, or across the room, you have the power to make them feel right at home. Ritz, a taste of welcome.
Get your daily dose of Twitch and MJ and Lexington's best rock each morning from 6 to 10 on C-Rock 103. Download the C-Rock 103 app now or listen on your device wherever you get audio. C-Rock 103, the rock station.
Paul Miller Auto Outlet is passing you big bucks for your vehicle this month. Get up to $2,000 in trade assistance when you sell us your vehicle. Catch more money for your car now.
Only at Paul Miller Auto Outlet.
Name a way you like your weather and your women.
Dirty.
Family Feud.
Gonna be partly dirty today.
Family Feud, weekdays on ABC 36.
Welcome back in. Well, the NCAA tournament underway, and the American Gaming Association predicts that American adults will wager an estimated $2.72 billion on the men's and women's tournaments over the next couple of weeks.
My goodness.
Yeah.
So ABC's M. Wynn says you should probably bet and budget. She has some tips.
The sports gambling industry has grown rapidly in the U.S. in recent years.
We're now up to 38 states, North Carolina being the most recent state that allows for that state-level sports betting online as well as on your smartphone.
Betting on sports is easier than ever, especially when you can place bets using the smartphone you carry with you all day long.
You're truly just a few taps away or just a scan of the face away from being able to wager some money on a game and being able to bet not only on games, but also on specific actions within games. Are they going to make the free throw? Are they going to make the field goal? Are they going to advance to the round of 16 in March Madness?
March Madness, college basketball's playoff tournament, makes this a popular month for sports betting.
You know, the big thing about March Madness is that there are a lot of games in a really short period of time.
If you'll be trying your luck, set aside a budget ahead of time.
It's when we don't have a budget or we're not being honest with our budget that things start to go haywire and we begin to spend more than we actually have.
Consider what money you can afford to spend on entertainment.
Get really honest with yourself about what money you have and what money you don't have, and earmark some money so that you can have some fun, right? And so if you want to create something like a specific account that is specifically your fun money, that's totally normal.
And stick to your predetermined spending amount instead of trying to redeem yourself when you lose.
Then if you end up losing every dollar, on a really thrilling bet, it's guilt-free. You knew that you had that money as fun money. It is what it is, but it's not going to affect other areas of your life.
Emwin, ABC News, Washington.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
If your budget's your paycheck, that's a problem.
Factual. I spend all my fun money on ramen and shoes.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Oh my God, our producer said that's why you take out a second mortgage in our house. That's why we didn't let you tell the story.
Don't listen to him. All right, well, let's talk busted brackets this morning.
So many busted brackets.
The madness is already set in for bracket users. The NCAA says that most tournament brackets, they're already busted. The first round got underway Thursday, and after 8 games, the NCAA said just less than 2.5% of brackets remain perfect in its own bracket game. Now, Thursday's biggest bracket buster was the number 3 seed, our Wildcats, losing to the number 14 seed, the Oakland Golden Grizzlies. Final score in that game, sorry to have to say this again, 80-76. Now, according to the NCAA, Oakland's upset left just over 2,000 perfect brackets still standing. Just think about that. Of all the brackets out there, just 2,000 perfect ones left, which is actually an increase from last year. After 8 games last year, less than 1% of brackets were still perfect. Now, Thursday's other busters, both the number 6 seed, BYU and South Carolina, losing to the number 11 seeds, Duquesne and Oregon. So not many folks left standing out there with their brackets.
So again, I'm not a bracket girl, but I guess if your bracket is busted, that means the tournament's not predictable. So that's exciting, right? Yeah?
Ooh,
no?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, this is really, I didn't realize just how few would be actually left. This is very interesting.
I know, it's interesting.
All right, well, we've got a traffic report for you for your morning commute. You don't want to gamble on this. You want to know exactly what's going on out there. So we've got the man in the know, Jimmy Phillips, checking out Georgetown and Citation for us. Hey, Jimmy.
Good morning. Yeah, no gambling on the traffic out there this morning. Don't do that. Still not seeing a lot of activity out there on the roads, actually. It's pretty quiet, even for this time of morning for your Friday, so you should have a nice and on-time commute heading into work.
Good news there. Hope things stay that way for the rest of your commute.
All right, stay with us. Coming up after the break, we'll tell you everything you need to know to get out the door at 7.
It all starts with a Chevy truck. Chevy Silverado with the Turbo Max engine and best-in-class standard torque. And Chevy Silverado HD with up to 14 available camera views. Do more in a Chevy truck. Get yours now. Get $5,000 total value on Silverado LTZ and High Country models when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Or during Chevy truck season, get as low as 0.9% financing in all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups.
Chevy Silverado, the #1 selling vehicle in Lexington.
Change is never easy. There will be naysayers, doubters, and critics. You may even give up for a moment, only to start again another day. Because you believe in moving to the beat of your own drum, in passing down lifelong skills, in your ability to lose weight and keep it off. And when you believe you can succeed, you already have.
Wegovy is for adults with obesity and shouldn't be used with semaglutide or GLP-1 medicines. Don't take Wegovy if you or your family had medullary thyroid cancer, multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if allergic to it. Stop Wegovy and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or an allergic reaction. Serious side effects may happen, including pancreatitis and gallbladder problems. Wegovy may cause low blood sugar in people with type 2 diabetes, especially if you take medicines to treat type 2 diabetes. Tell your provider about vision problems or changes, or if you feel your heart racing while at rest. Depression or thoughts of suicide may occur. Call your provider right away if you have any mental changes. Common side effects like nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea may lead to dehydration, which may cause kidney problems.
So keep on believing, because it's not just about the weight you lose. It's about everything you gain. Believe on. Wegovy.
We know you care. But if this is all too real for you and your loved ones, make the call. Because we care too. Home instead. To us, it's personal.
It's time to be bold!
Idol's final auditions are here.
Sky's the limit.
With an Idol performance that will change lives.
I am in shock.
Forever.
We forgot one little thing.
American Idol, new Sunday on ABC.
Welcome back. We're creeping up on 7 o'clock. Let's get a last look at traffic. Hey, Jimmy.
Starting to see some. Good morning. Starting to see some more action out there on the roads. Looking at Nicholasville and Reynolds Road. Still nothing major, though, to report. No major delays, congestion, or accidents. So your commute should still be on time if you are heading out the door now.
Good news continues on the commute. A final check of that forecast for us now with Dylan.
Thanks, guys. Here's a look at 3 things you need to know. Rain chances do return today, so don't forget that rain gear as you head out the door. Maybe a few lingering showers early tomorrow morning, but drier to end the weekend, and then another strong system moves in by Tuesday of next week. Today, mostly cloudy. There will be some breaks in the clouds, though, scattered rain chances, and a look quickly at your full 7-day forecast. Early